Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a close look at the incredible career of Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got these detailed biographical accounts.
Yeah, sources that cover pretty much everything. From Madeira right up to, well, now.
Exactly. From Sporting Lisbon, Man United both times, Real Madrid, Juventus, and now Al Nassr.
And the goal isn't just, listing trophies, is it? It's about understanding how.
Right. What were those key moments, the drivers behind him becoming one of the absolute best?
What really made him tick across all those different clubs and leagues? It's quite a story.
Let's start right at the beginning then. Born 1985, Madeira. Small Portuguese island.
Working class family, youngest of 4 kids. Money was tight.
Yeah, his dad was a gardener, also a kit man at a local club, Andorinha. His mom was a cook.
And even then, as a really young kid, the sources say there was something different about how he approached football.
Totally. It wasn't just kicking a ball around for fun, like other kids maybe. There was this intensity.
A focus.
Yeah.
Already driven, even back in. You read about him practicing constantly.
He was working on his speed, his jump, kicking power.
Just finding any space he could, training himself. It's quite remarkable for a child, really.
That kind of dedication so early on.
Yeah.
It definitely points to something innate, doesn't it?
Absolutely. A real ambition. And that led him to his first proper club, Andorinha.
Which was where his dad worked, right? At age 8.
Yeah, that connection helped. And apparently he stood out immediately, became the star player pretty quickly.
Then he moved on to National, a bigger local team, kept developing.
But the really big moment, the life changer, came when he was 12.
The move to Sporting Lisbon's academy on the mainland.
Think about that. 12 years old, leaving your family, your island, everything familiar.
Must have been incredibly tough. The sources mention him being homesick, missing his family.
Yeah, and apparently he got teased a bit too for his accent, his physique. He was quite skinny then.
A lot for a kid to handle. But this is where that resilience we talked about really shows up.
Exactly. He just doubled down on the training, didn't he? Poured everything into it.
Worked incredibly hard. And you see the result he developed physically, technically.
Leading to his debut for Sporting's first team at just 16.
And reports say he was electric. Dribbling, speed, scoring.
Yeah.
The whole package, even then.
Yeah, already showing flashes of what was to come. Which brings us to that famous friendly in 2003.
Against Manchester United. The game that changed everything.
It's become football folklore, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How much he impressed the United players and Sir Alex Ferguson that day.
They basically insisted the club sign him immediately.
And they did. Just weeks later, 18 years old, he's at Manchester United.
And they give him the number 7 shirt. Iconic. Huge pressure.
Massive pressure. New country, new language, the intensity of the Premier League.
A huge adaptation process. But again, that determination kicked in. Learning English, working relentlessly in training.
Which he needed, because not everyone was convinced straight away, were they?
No, that's right. Some critics thought he was maybe a bit too flashy, maybe held onto the ball too long. Individualistic.
So how did he react to that, the sources say?
He trained even harder, used it as fuel, focused on becoming more effective, studied other top players.
And this is where Sir Alex Ferguson's influence seems absolutely crucial.
Definitely. The biographical accounts paint Ferguson as this vital guiding figure. Ronaldo himself calls him pivotal, like a father.
That mentorship seems key to navigating those early years at such a massive club, providing support, but also demanding standards.
And the results started coming. First season, they win the FA Cup. 2004, his first big trophy.
A taste of success. And from there, his development just accelerated, didn't it?
Phenomenally. Strength, speed, shooting accuracy. Those free kicks started becoming a weapon, heading ability, dribbling.
And crucially, the goals started flowing more and more each season.
Culminating in that incredible 2007-2008 season.
Oh, yeah. That was something else. 42 goals.
42. Leading United to the Premier League title and the Champions League.
Even though he missed that penalty in the Moscow final shootout.
True, but his contribution throughout the campaign was immense. Unforgettable.
And that performance, that season, earned him the FIFA World Player of the Year award.
The best player on the planet.
Yeah.
Officially. How did he cope with that level of fame and expectation?
It seems he just absorbed it.
Yeah.
Used the pressure as motivation. Thrived on it, almost.
That mental strength is just a constant theme, isn't it?
Absolutely. And he was growing off the pitch, too. Settling in England, supporting his family back home.
Bought his mom a house.
Right.
Helped his siblings. Becoming a role model in that sense, too.
Keeping those roots strong, seems like, which probably helped ground him.
So by 2009, he'd won pretty much everything with United. 3 league titles, the Champions League.
Multiple individual awards. He needed a new challenge, didn't he?
And Real Madrid came calling.
For a world record fee at the time, the start of a whole new chapter. And that perfectionist mindset just went with him to Spain.
Arriving in Madrid 2009, the pressure must have been off the charts. Galactico signing.
Immense expectations. But he hit the ground running, didn't he? Scored in his first 4 league games.
A club record. Set the tone immediately. And in Madrid, well, he became an absolute goal machine.
Just relentless, scoring all types of goals, headers, free kicks, long-range tap-ins, the complete forward.
And of course, his time there is defined by that rivalry.
With Messi, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, El Clásico.
It became the biggest narrative in football for years, didn't it? Those two pushing each other.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
It drove both of them to heights we'd never seen before. And Ronaldo's numbers at Madrid are just mind-boggling.
450 goals in 438 games.
More than a goal a game. For 9 seasons, it's just staggering consistency.
Breaking records left, right, and center. Most goals in a Champions League season.
Most El Clásico goals for Madrid, fastest to 100 La Liga goals, first to 100 Champions League goals.
The list just goes on. And crucial team success, too, especially in Europe.
La Decima, Real Madrid's 10th European Cup in 2014. That was huge for the club.
He scored 17 goals in that campaign alone. Another record.
Then led them to 3 more Champions League titles in a row. 2016, 17, 18. Top scorer every time.
Incredible dominance. And underpinning all of it was that work ethic we keep coming back to.
It became legendary, didn't it? First in, last out of training. The diet, the sleep, the obsession with conditioning.
Total dedication. It wasn't just talent. It was the work.
And while he was dominating on the pitch, he was also building his brand off it, becoming a global icon.
But also engaging in quite a bit of charity work, the sources note. Hospitals, disaster relief.
Often done quite quietly, it seems. And that connection to Madeira remained strong. They named the airport after him.
A huge honor. Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were injuries, criticism, personal challenges.
But he maintained that ridiculously high level throughout, until 2018.
After 9 incredible years, he decides it's time for another change. He leaves Real Madrid.
As arguably their greatest ever player. A true club legend. Off to Italy.
Juventus, which was a surprise move for many, wasn't it, at 33?
Yeah, moving to Serie A, known for its tactical defending, a different kind of test. But the Juve fans were ecstatic.
And he delivered straight away. 28 goals in his first season helped them win the league title.
And brought that leadership, that winning mentality, setting standards in training, demanding more.
You saw that mentality shine through in that Champions League game against Atletico Madrid, didn't you?
Oh, the hat trick. 2019, they were 2-0 down from the first leg. He just dragged them through single-handedly.
Show that incredible mental strength under pressure. Still had it.
And he kept scoring in Italy. Became the fastest player to 100 goals for Juventus. Won the Golden Boot in Serie A.
Making him the first player ever to be top scorer in England, Spain, and Italy. Quite a unique achievement.
Remarkable consistency across different leagues, different styles of football.
And off the pitch, still the focus on family, the charity work continued. Those core things seemed constant.
And defying age, really. Maintaining peak condition well into his mid-30s. That discipline again.
He won 2 Serie A titles, with Juve, Coppa d'Italia, Supercoppa, Serie A MVP too.
And you could see his game evolving slightly, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe less reliant on that explosive pace over 90 minutes, but smarter movement, incredible positioning in the box, clinical finishing.
Adapting to maintain that elite level, which is key for longevity.
Then, 2021. After 3 seasons in Turin, he decides to leave Juventus.
Leading to that massive, unexpected news.
The return to Manchester United.
Wow. That was emotional, wasn't it? 12 years after leaving, the fans went absolutely wild.
And he scored twice on his second debut. Felt like a fairy tale beginning.
The reality was a bit different, wasn't it? The United he returned to wasn't the same dominant force.
You know, the club was in a different place, facing challenges, lacking consistency. It wasn't the same environment as his first spell.
Still, individually, he performed incredibly well, considering...
Finished as their top scorer, didn't he? At 37 years old, which is amazing.
It really is. Shows his enduring quality and professionalism. But you could see the frustration building.
Yeah, visible frustration with the team struggles, the lack of challenge for top honors. He wants to win. Always.
Which ultimately led to that controversial interview.
The one criticizing the club, the leadership, the standards. It caused a huge stir.
And resulted in his contract being terminated. An abrupt end to the homecoming.
Which led to another surprise move. Early 2023.
To Saudi Arabia. Al Nassr. That really got people talking.
A big shift, moving outside of European football's traditional elite leagues.
But Ronaldo framed it differently, didn't he? As a new challenge, building something, growing the game in the Middle East.
Taking on an ambassadorial role almost.
Yeah.
And his impact there seems undeniable.
Reports of packed stadiums, massive TV viewing figures, inspiring young players and fans. He definitely brings attention.
It's a different kind of influence, perhaps. Not just playing, but being a figurehead.
And he's still scoring goals, still leading the team, became the world's highest paid athlete.
But the sources suggest it wasn't just about the money. More about legacy, purpose, a different kind of project.
And incredibly, finished 2023 as the world's top goal scorer for the calendar year.
At nearly 39. It just beggars belief sometimes. His longevity is extraordinary.
It really completes the picture, doesn't it? From that kid in Madeira with nothing but a dream to this global phenomenon, still scoring goals at the highest level.
It's an amazing story of discipline, belief, resilience.
Absolutely. And the sources also give us a sense of the person behind the headlines, the values he holds.
Yeah, his role as a father comes across strongly. Very involved, wants to teach his kids humility, the value of hard work, grounded despite the fame.
And that close bond with his mother, Dolores. She's been there right from the start through all the struggles, still a huge part of his life.
The impact of losing his own father young seems profound, too. Maybe drives his commitment to his own kids.
Could well be. And then there's that discipline we keep circling back to. It's not just training, it's everything. Diet, rest, mental prep.
It's a lifestyle choice, isn't it? Talent gets you so far, but that relentless dedication is what sustains success at his level.
And that's why he's such an inspiration to millions, right?
Yeah.
It shows what's possible with that level of commitment and effort.
His charity work, too, often done privately. And sticking to his beliefs, apparently turning down endorsements that didn't align with them, adds another layer.
He's aware of his platform. He's more than just a footballer now. He's a global icon, a storyteller in a way.
And the story isn't over yet. He's still playing, still chasing goals. His legacy will surely extend way beyond his playing days.
Without a doubt, when you look back, his journey is just this incredible testament to what discipline, belief, and sheer heart can achieve.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, we've traced this path from a small island boy with a big dream to, well, a legend of the game, driven by that relentless will to be the best.
And maybe the key thing for you listening is to see the universal principles in there. Forget football for a second. It's about having huge goals.
And understanding that dedication, that perseverance is absolutely crucial to getting there, whatever your field is.
Exactly. It applies anywhere.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. How can you take that same level of dedication, that constant drive for improvement that defines Ronaldo, and apply it to your own goals, your own passions?
It's a powerful question to reflect on.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.